LGBTQ plus rights are on the agenda at this convention, both in message and visibility. Tonight's big speaker, Governor Tim Walz, was arguably ahead of the curve when he was a high school coach and teacher, an early ally. And here in Chicago, he spent time with the LGBTQ caucus, stressing the importance of the expanding rights. And when New Jersey announced its delegates for Kamala Harris, the governor was joined by a transgender candidate for local office.
My name is Dr. Joey Perella, pronouns she, her, hers. I'm a proud resident of the Garden State. I'm proud to stand with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they stand with the LGBTQ community.
With me now, the president of the Human Rights Campaign, Kelley Robinson. You're home here in Chicago.
That's right.
And tonight you go from here on set to there on stage. In fact, I think we have some pictures of you when you were rehearsing. First, I want to know what that feels like out there with all those seats in front of you. But what's your message?
My message is that the LGBTQ plus community is that we are here, we are bigger than ever, and we're powerful. I mean, there are over 800 LGBTQ delegates that are in the space tonight, and each of those delegates represents voters back home. We've identified 75 million equality voters across this country who are prioritizing LGBTQ plus issues when deciding who to vote for. So it's simple. If we show up, we win, and we can do all of the things that we hope for, not only for my community, but to restore the fundamentals of our democracy.
Are there challenges? Are there things getting in the way of you maximizing the vote?
Well, absolutely. Look, there are headwinds around every corner. But the thing I think is so powerful right now is that people are motivated around hope and joy and possibility. I mean, Michelle Obama said it yesterday, right? Hope is making a comeback. And I think more so than thinking about all the attacks our community has experienced, particularly over the last several years, people are optimistic about what could be out under Kamala Harris. We could pass the Equality Act into law. We could have a Supreme Court that wasn't threatening to take away our rights over every corner, but one that was going to uphold our rights and our lives. We could have state legislatures across this country that affirm our identities and our families. All of that is possible, and I think that's the energy and momentum that we're seeing.
What changes in the equation? I think about LGBTQ rights has been a long struggle, right? It's always been a long game. And when you talk about things like reconfiguring the Supreme Court, it's a long and unknown game. How long? So what can you get done if it is a Harris-Walz team, and how much faster?
Sure. And look, fighting for our freedoms is always going to be a long game. Coretta Scott King said it best, right? Freedom is never won or lost. It's earned and fought for in every generation. And this is just our turn. But for me, I don't want to lose how far we've come. I mean, if you look back 40 years ago, if you were out at work, you'd be fired on the spot. But now, almost every state has non-discrimination protections in the workplace for people that look and love like me. That progress didn't happen overnight, but it happened. It happened in my lifetime, in my generation. Marriage equality, that's just 10 years ago, right? That people are able to actually have federal privileges related to marriage. And it was just a couple of years ago when the Respect for Marriage Act was signed into law. And I say that because I don't want to lose it. We've got a long road ahead in this fight, but we are making progress every step of the way. And that progress happens because we show up and we fight for it.
And if people want to hear more, 6 o'clock local time tonight.
That's right.
She'll be on that stage at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Kelley Robinson.
Thank you.
Good luck. You don't seem nervous.
I'm excited.